What's up, everybody? YouTube, Discord, how's it going? Just going to put up a short video here on SMCI, Super Micro Computer Inc. I'm sure everybody is aware of this right now because it is literally GameStop 2.0. The weird thing or interesting thing about it is it's got essentially nothing at all to do with retail. So GameStop, don't quote me on this, but the highest RSI I'd ever had was like 97, maybe 98, okay? RSI is a relative strength index, compares the stock to other stocks in the sector. Overbought is 70 RSI, okay? Oversold is 30. It ranges between 0, which I've never, ever seen, and 100. Which I don't think anyone has ever seen. I don't think any stock has ever been at 100 ever. And it bases it on like a 14-day moving average, okay? Super Micro Computer Inc. has been up 13 out of the last 14 days. So 14 days, which would be tomorrow, it would be 100 RSI at that point. And it just doesn't go above that. You know, it could go up for 20 days and it will just be 100 RSI. No stock does this, okay? if you're thinking, okay, when do you short a stock, okay? So everybody in GameStop, it's going to 450. It hits 450. The greed never ends. The greed just simply doesn't stop with anyone on earth, anyone in that play. They wanted 1,000, they wanted 5,000, they wanted 10,000, they wanted 100,000 a share. And they wanted $1 million a share. Like, the people were absolutely mental. Sorry to say, but it's just a fact. And it's the same with SMCI. You go on message boards, someone said 7,000, end of day. So I guess it's going to 7x tomorrow, guys. It's going to go up 700% from $1,000 to $7,000. I mean, we've seen stocks go to 2K. You always have to quote HKD because that's the recent memory for people, okay? It's not like it can't happen. It literally lasted for what, like a couple hours? It's not like it lasted indefinitely. And now it's what, $3 or $6, okay? Because there's nothing holding it together. We've seen stocks go to 450, right? The next leg up on this thing could be 400, 1,400 or $1,500. I don't know. I'm short. I went short tonight, okay? In the after hours, I got in short at like 1,008 and 1,030. Before I left my house, I checked the Robinhood. It was still like 1,030. I'm not sure if it is 24 hours trading or not. I think it is. But that's when you short a stock, guys. When extreme greed is in the rearview mirror and you're at you're in insane levels of greed. The people on the stock splits, 1 million a share. Someone said, like 7K. They're mental and they're absurd. This was a $70 stock 54 weeks ago, and someone was like, "Who the hell quotes 54 weeks?" Okay, well, you usually quote 52 week, or you will quote all-time high. Okay, so you know, it's just a time frame. It's a time frame. 3 minute, 1 minute, 3 minute. 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, 8 hour, 1 day, so 24 hours, 1 week, 1 month, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, all-time high, or 10 year, okay? 10 year, all-time high. It's at its all-time high, obviously. It's never been higher. The CEO went from just a multi-millionaire, like $67 million, to a billionaire. So he's clearly been messing with options because you couldn't even have done that with stock. But anyways, you put it on the 1 year, guys, it's at 99 RSI in the after hours. It finished today at 99 out of 100. You don't see it, okay? And we all know how GameStop ended. We all know how AMC ended. It's literally parabolic up, which this stock has gone parabolic. You can't deny it. That's the pattern. The chart today, before the $150 gain today, was vertical. There was no, up and to the right. The fucking thing was vertical. I don't even recall seeing that. Even on AMC, it wasn't vertical, okay? Completely vertical. So what's typically about to happen is completely vertical down, then another one down to come and align with the moving averages. The moving averages right now are around 8. There's like a 930 or something. I don't have it in front of me. 930 something, $800. Okay, they're trying to move that up, obviously, about $800. So there's a potential downside here of $230 a share. Okay, I'm not necessarily suggesting even puts right now, unfortunately, because the puts are grossly expensive. The 950 put closed the day at $55, and like the at the money, guys, is like $100. Usually you get a third of a percent to a half of 1% on the stock. So like $1,000 stock might be around $3 to $5. Or sorry, $100 stock, three to, not even, yeah, like 3% would be $3. So I'm just trying to do like the math in my head. What is that like? It at $1,000 and a third of 1 or a half of 1% would be like $5. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what I said the first time. With the added volatility, maybe you would see double that, $10. Maybe you would see 4 times that amount. So 400% added volatility for $20. Okay, they're like $100. Even the options aren't making sense at this point, guys. Something is going on with the market. Something's going on with the stock. But again, at what point do you short a stock? You just wait and you just listen to all the goofs parroting these random, crazy, insane price targets. The company is up $60 billion. All they did was report a $1.4 billion difference in their earnings. And now it's up 60x from what it reported. Okay? Yes, it has growth, but I mean that's well priced in when you're up 60x of that, right? Like they were on CNBC today, and even the guy was like, he's like, this is insane. He's like, I don't know what Nvidia is going to say or what they even could say to keep this train moving, but you have like the entire S&P 100 is now, the RSI on that is like 86 or something crazy. So, I'm shorting this thing, okay? You do the math, you look at like if it drops 2%, you're only looking at even like $1,000, $980. Drop 5%, you're getting into the, around I think it was around something around like 980 at 5%. Like even like a 5% drop right now is a drop in the bucket on this stock. It ain't shit. So that's why I'm thinking like physical shares might just be the easiest way, because you can short it at 1,030, maybe close it out at 1,001 and make $29 a share. Okay, you obviously need a lot of capital to short a stock that's $1,000. But yeah, if you don't have capital, I guess you're screwed, because you can't do options and you can't short the stock, which might also be a thing going here. So why this thing is moving so much is because it's like difficult to short. It's not you can't find the shares. I had no problem, and my broker is trash. It's expensive, okay? Highly, and I wouldn't even say it's highly volatile at this point. It's just gone nothing but up. That's not volatile. Volatile is up and down and up and down. Kind of, like you saw today with sound, SOUN, like up and down, that this ain't even volatile. But it's reached its maximum RSI. Stocks don't go to 100. And if they do, I would imagine we are going to have some halting, SEC halting, investigating. This company was investigated 4 years ago, guys. It's out there. It's on public record for cooking the books. So they were already investigated once. This thing goes over one. If this thing hits one, you can't go over 100. If it goes to 100 RSI, I would not be surprised to see that. They are doing some kind of event here, like making an appearance at an event. Perhaps it's an investor event. Perhaps they announce like stock split or offering. Who the hell? The CEO, you bought all those shares, cool. Who the hell is not doing an offering when your stock is up 1,200% or whatever it is in the last 1 year and 2 weeks? You're never going to get a better opportunity, you goof, to, literally, you could dilute it 55 million shares. You could double the float. Realistically, that should only drop it half to 550 a share. And you've now given yourself $550 times 60 million shares. Like, you got to be a moron to not dilute at this point. So this is kind of what I'm banking on. Dilution, right? I wouldn't even say stock split, because you would want to raise capital here and then just aggressively expand your business at that point. Dilution, or some sort of intervention. It's on the radar of people at this point. I don't think that the Gong Show is going to be permissible to continue very much longer. You've got only 6 analysts on the stock. One comes out today and gives it a 1,040 price target. Well, where were you 1 month ago? You weren't on it a month ago. Where were you 2 months ago? Where were you 12 months ago? Because the business has been around since 2013, you fucking con jobs. You're not fooling anybody. You're trying to pump this thing and create a bunch of baggies as well. NVIDIA has, I think, 40 or 50 or 60 analysts on it in comparison. Where are the analysts? This thing's been around since 2013. There's one analyst who hasn't even changed it for 2 months. Again, there's only 6, and he hasn't revisited it or revised it. It's still a sell rating at a 160 price target. Now, and I think that's completely logical. 160 is still nearly 300% more than what this was trading at just over a year ago, okay? For a stock to go up double, you might expect that kind of growth from a company in a decade. In a decade. Not in weeks. Not in 54 weeks that it goes up 1,100%. You would never expect that on any stock in its entire lifetime, okay? Apple, what did that take? 25 years to do what it did? It didn't do it in 54 weeks, or let alone, I mean, this thing was $200 a month ago. 200. It's up 5x from 200. It's detached. I had to vent. I had to share my thoughts with anybody out there who is Googling, SMCI. If you even think of buying a lotto ticket here, what are you hoping to get? You buy 1 share for 1,000 or 10 shares. You got 10 grand into it for 10 shares. And what do you think? You think it's going to double and you're going to make 10? No one's retiring off of this at this point. You could have, for sure. You could have retired leading into this with call options. Not with even the physical share. The physical shares you probably would have had 5 or 10 years income though. But the call options would have been what you would needed have done to get to where you needed to be and retire pretty much. But again, 99 RSI. I can only say it 99 times. Okay, this stock has 99 problems right now, and it's RSI. So it's gonna fall tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to fall tomorrow. I might have to be prepared to short it even higher. Only reason I'm saying that is because tomorrow is Friday and options expire tomorrow. So there's going to be people on both ends trying to pump this. The fucking options chain for next week is now up to 1,300. That doesn't mean the stock's going to 1,300, but it was $20 for 1,300. It's letting degenerate gamblers gamble. And the CBOE is raking it in fees and raking it in being the middleman. You're absolutely you're off your rocker if you're going long on this thing at this point, guys. That's all I can say. We'll see what happens. We've got crypto pumping as well. Coin is now 190. It was $35 about a year ago. 35. It's now 190. Again, what are these companies pricing in 100 years of profit at this point? Like, where is the value? There's no value investing anymore. It's gone. There's no company out there that's like some value play that you can park and grow and what, like a Costco. It just doesn't exist anymore. It's all FOMO pump bullshit. Probably because we're going to have some crazy shit go down in November with elections, with the president, maybe globally, maybe China, Taiwan, who knows at this point. They're rapidly trying to create wealth. And then they're going to rapidly get the hell out. It's the same story throughout history, all the time, pumping and pumping and pumping, and then an insanely quick rug pull that Joe Blow usually doesn't have any time to react to, which also creates massive wealth. I mean, you've got Warren Buffett going pretty much into a purely defensive stance here. He is as most cash rich as he's ever been, and he's piled into oil, and oil always spikes in times of war, and and all that stuff. It's more of a defensive position. And he's pulled out of pretty much everything, out there in comparison to what he was before. Again, all-time high cash position for him, and he's considered to be one of the most experienced investors on planet Earth. So, follow the money, right? I don't think he has any SMCI, right? And I don't think he would bat an eye or blink or care, because I'm sure, along with others, that we know that this party is about to end, and I am very hopeful and wishful that it is at 99 RSI to at least give the market a sense of reality, right? You don't want stories out there floating around that stocks are even allowed to get that high. It's not good for the market. It's not good for investor confidence, sentiment. It's actually kind of scary that stuff is happening. It'd be as scary as if a stock was 1 RSI. That'd be pretty terrifying. And the lowest I ever saw was like intraday on some stocks. They go to like 4 or even 5. But they rapidly come back up, into the teens, and then just above 30, or they hold in the high 20s, something like that. You don't want to see extremes on the other side. I hope you guys enjoyed. Free.